want to talk to you.
I know, right?
Heather, are you ready?
This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call the January 4th, 2021 Crest Hill City Council meetings to order at 7 p.m. We will begin tonight with the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please. Roll call, Beck.
Ray Solomon.
Here.
Glenn Conklin.
Present.
Scott Dyke.
Here.
John Verche.
Here.
Barbara Scolaire.
Here.
Claudia Gazal.
Here.
Tina Oberlin.
Present.
Marco Colo DiPietro.
Here.
Nate Albert.
Here.
Joe Kubo.
Here. Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ray Solomon. I am the mayor of the city of Crest Hill, and per state statute and per the Open Meetings Act, I am live at Crest Hill City Council chambers located at 1610 Plainfield Road. All of the other participants for this evening's meeting are virtual through their own residence. First of all, let me wish everyone a happy and healthy new year. I hope everybody had a great Christmas holiday with their loved ones. Tonight's meeting should be rather quick. It is a very light agenda. We do not have a business promotion for this evening, so we will continue with our agenda on to our city administrator, Heather McGuire. Good evening, Heather.
Mayor, did you want to do approval of the minutes first?
Oh, my mistake.
That's okay.
And we do have the, you have before you the minutes of the city council meeting, which was held on the 21st, 2020. Motion would be in order.
So moved.
We have motion by Alderman Albert, seconded by Alderwoman Scolaire. Questions or comments in regards to the motion for the minutes of the December 21st, 2020 council meeting? Roll call, please.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Marco Colo DiPietro.
Yes.
Joe Kubo.
Yes.
Barbara Scolaire.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, now we will go on to our city administrator, Heather McGuire. Good evening, Heather.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I do not have any agenda items for consideration this evening, but just for the public's information, we will be holding a work session next week on January 11th. Current topics include two proposed developments for the city, the logo presentation, as well as our revenue analysis. We also, just for an update, have received 4 grant applications in from our small business grant pursuant to the CARES Act. So we will be reviewing those with council as well in the next couple upcoming work sessions. So with that, I would answer any questions this evening.
Any questions of city administrator?
Yes, I have a few. I was wondering, Heather, if you could get a hold of Spezia and Taylor, the lawyers. And last year, we had different times where they billed us, like for ordinance prosecution, demo and repair. It was like $2,000 for ordinance prosecution was spent, and over $3,000 for demo repair. Could we get like addresses of where these things were with these demo repair or the ordinance prosecution?
Yeah, we do have I apologize. We do have those itemized. I can give you copies of those bills. So one of those is current litigation. The other one is our monthly ordinance prosecution that Spezia Taylor does for us. So those are itemized, but I can get you copies of those. We do have those.
Yeah, if you could let us know, what the addresses are for these places, if, the issue's been solved or where it's sitting right now, where our next step might be in that.
Yeah, the demolition is the active pending court case for 1917 Bury Circle. So that is that
So all
court
those
case.
different demo repairs are for that address?
I believe so, depending on what you're looking at, but I'll verify that when I look through the bills.
All right, if we could get a copy of that. Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, thanks,
Well,
Heather.
thank you, and Happy New Year to everybody.
Moving on to our Public Works Department, our interim Public Works Director, Mark Seifert. Good evening, Mark.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I have nothing on the agenda tonight. I did want to mention and thank residents who did move cars and we're not throwing snow out into the roadways. Public Works had an active weekend last weekend and the week before, clearing the roads. So I just want to thank all the residents for their help, and I would be happy to entertain any questions.
Let me, before I ask council if they have any questions, just congratulations and a big thank you to Public Works for the 4-inch snowstorm and then the 2 more or less ice storms that we had. And there were also a couple water main breaks, and they were all over the last 2 weeks with the holiday season. So great job to Mark and everybody on his staff. And with that, I'll open it up for any questions from City Council for Mark.
I'll echo with that. And did you share the information that I sent you with the rest of the Public Works?
Yes, I printed it out and I put it up in our break room. So they were very appreciative of it.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, Mark, I also want to say the same thing. During the peak of the storm, I drove through parts of Plainfield and Joliet, and it was just an absolute mess until I got to the Crest City streets, and clear as could be. So hats off again. Great job.
Okay, thanks, Mark. Moving on, Community Development Department. Anybody have any questions? Hearing none, we will move on to Police Department. Our Deputy Police Chief, Tony Rossetti. Good evening, Tony.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I have nothing on the agenda either. I'll try and answer any questions if you have.
Any questions of Police Department?
I don't have a question, but I would like to see on the agenda for next work session that stop sign. I thought Ed was going to be here tonight. I don't know if he's out on vacation.
I'm not sure about the stop sign, but I will make the chief aware of it for the next meeting.
Oh, Heather, do you mind putting this on the next agenda? It's been taking for over 3 months and a half, and I want the council to make a decision on this.
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Thanks, Tony, for all what you did last week, all the phone calls.
No problem. You're welcome.
Yes, I want to agree with Claudia on everything she said here. And we need to have an answer.
I want to extend my thanks to the department. I see you guys more, I think, at my job than I do at City Hall. But once again, great service, great resolution to an issue, and everyone was very appreciative. And thank you for what your men and women did.
Appreciate it. I'll pass it along.
Thanks.
Okay, thanks, Tony. Moving on to the mayor's report. I do not have any agenda item. I will entertain any questions anyone has. Hearing none, we will move on to the city clerk's report. Our city clerk, Vicki Hackney.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I have no agenda items for this evening. Any questions of the clerk's office, I'll be happy to answer. Okay, and Happy New Year to everyone.
Okay, thanks, Beck. Moving on, city treasurer's report. Our city treasurer, Glenn Conklin. Good evening, Glenn.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'd like to report regular and overtime payroll from December 7th, 2020 through December 20th, 2020 in the amount of $214,991.94, excuse me. I seek your approval on our list of bills, which in that same time period total $578,122.96.
So moved as presented.
Second.
We have motion by Alderwoman Overland. Was that Alderwoman Sclair?
Yes.
For the list of bills, questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Marco Colodi Petro,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
John Verche,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
Barbara Scolaire,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, everyone, and Happy New Year.
Any questions of the city treasurer?
Happy New Year.
Thanks, Glenn. Unfinished business. We have nothing on unfinished business. Anyone? New business, anybody? Moving on to committee and liaison reports. Anyone?
I just want to say that when I delivered all the prizes for the Holiday Lights contest, how excited everybody was about their winnings. The gentleman who placed first, he was just thrilled. He actually came looking for me the next day at work, and I wasn't there. So I just want to thank everybody again for all their hard work, and everything looked beautiful. Thank you.
Anybody else on a committee report?
Ray, I'll just throw in comments on the fireworks Thursday night in Crest Hill over at the golf course at Prairie Bluff, Hazard Park area. They were really great. I loved them. The place was full, and hopefully there were a lot of folks from Crest Hill out there, and it was just really nice.
Yeah, and that was the 75th anniversary of the Park District, and Vicki and I were out there also in our car. We were parked over by the baseball fields by the fire station, and that was very crowded over there too. So hats off and thanks to the Park District. That was a great show at 7 o'clock for the families on New Year's Eve. Moving on, city council comments. Positive city council comments, anything you'd like to share with any of your constituents? Anybody like to go first tonight?
Sure, I'll go, Ray.
All right, we'll start with Ward 4, Alderman Albert.
Just piggyback off of what you guys just said about the fireworks. It was a great show. Ray, I actually saw you pass right in front of me when we were parked there at the baseball diamonds. The kids enjoyed it. It was nice, and it seemed like it was going to be short, but it was a perfect length for the kids, so they enjoyed it. It was nice to be able to watch it in the comfort of your own car too. So again, thanks to the Park District for that event. Thank you.
Alderman Kubal.
Nothing else to add, Ray. Happy New Year to everyone.
Ward 3, Alderman Cola de Pietro.
Just Happy New Year to everyone. Hope you have a prosperous one.
Alderwoman Overland.
Happy New Year to everybody, and let's hope 2021 is much better than last year.
Ward 2, Alderwoman Gazal.
Just want to wish the resident again Happy New Year, and let's make the best of the new year and see how blessed we are. Thank you, Mayor.
Alderwoman Sclair.
I want to say Happy New Year, everyone.
Ward 1, Alderman Verche.
I'd like to wish everybody a Happy New Year and a safe and healthy 2021. Hope to see everyone this time next year.
And Alderman Dyke.
Just want to tell everyone they have a happy and healthy new year. Hopefully it's a better year than last year and everything goes well for everybody.
Well, can't be any worse than last year, so let's hope for the best.
Let's hope not.
Public comment to the city clerk. Vic, has anyone brought forth anything through email or through the Dropbox for council?
There were no requests through the Dropbox or email to the city clerk's office for any public comment.
And is there anyone else joining us, Heather, this evening?
No, there is not, Mayor.
All right, let the record show that no one has chosen to speak under public comment. Is there a need, Heather, for an executive session?
None tonight.
Motion to adjourn, Mayor.
I'll second that, Mayor.
We have motion by Alderman Dyke, seconded by Alderman Verche for an adjournment. Roll call, please.
Barbara Scolaire,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark DiPietro,
Yes.
Gilbert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
John Burchett,
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Meeting is adjourned at 7:16 p.m. I thank you. Good evening, and everyone have a healthy 2021.